Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Good evening. I want to welcome all of you all to Mental Health Monday. And today is a very special episode here. Um, I really am happy to be here today to talk about how to transform any pain that you've ever gone into a sense of peace. And to help me with this today, this discussion is my wonderful, wonderful friend, business partner, all of that. Her name is LaShelle Whitmore with Blissful Therapy. Say hello, LaShelle.
Hey guys, thank you and welcome. Thank you for being here and being a part of this conversation.
Yes, as everybody's coming on in, we have something special that we want to talk to you about today that is tried and true. It is something that we've been working on, and we've been working on together for quite some time. But before we get into that, I just want to know, LaShelle, how you doing?
You know what? I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. Like every day is a great day. I'm actually coming off a business trip. It was a busy day, heavy hitting, but you get to choose. Is stress an option today? No, stress is not an option. I'm choosing
Yeah.
peace.
Let me tell you, you do have to choose peace. And the day that I've had, Monday, it's Mental Health Monday, but it's been Manic Monday for a little bit. But I want to welcome everybody that are coming in now. If you want to keep a hold of us and know when I go live, it's usually every Monday at this time, but I also go live other times. Text the word love to 87948, and then you'll get notifications on when we go live. We have exclusive information. If any of you were with me last night, we are doing the book, LaShelle, How to Be an Adult in Relationships. It's all
Yes,
about healing each other in relationships, because as soon as things happen to you and you get triggered, you're no longer an adult. You go right
oh my
back to
goodness.
that hurt child. You
That's
go right
true.
back to that child. And for many of us, the pain and the hurt did not necessarily come from abuse, physical
Right,
abuse. What it did for many of us is it came from neglect. Somebody not being present for you to help you process your pain and process things. It just, that
right,
processing doesn't happen because we are told that children are to be ignored and do as they're told. But
right.
children are human beings, and they're dealing with complex things, and so many children never get someone that can hold their hand and help them through complicated life. And you carry that
Mhm.
forward with you in your adult relationships.
It's so
And
true.
really, that is what I do with my sessions. I know that when you meet with everybody, that's kind of what you're clearing out, some of those
Absolutely.
things. So we've been discussing that every Sunday. And the author of the book, How to Be an Adult in Relationships, David Risho, he has agreed to come on here. He's retired. We brought this white man out of retirement to come talk to us. And I have 20 years of licensed practice experience. I have actually 35 years of experience, but as a licensed therapist, because it takes a long time to get
Right.
your license, to maintain your license. That's a big deal. He has
Mhm.
50 years.
Whoa.
And so he is going to come on and he's going to talk to us, and I'm going to be talking to him about Black folks.
Mm,
And I'm going to say, we were never seen and heard and understood and validated as a group of people. We have
right.
so much generational trauma.
Yes.
We have so much, gosh, trauma in our DNA that's passed down from generation to generation. And his book is really helping us at this level. No matter what your past is, you can today decide that you are going to live your life as adults, and you're going to
Absolutely.
handle your problems as adults and recognize when you revert back to that childish behavior. And last
Yes.
night we talked about sex, and I don't feel comfortable talking about that topic online, but I talked
Mm,
about it, and they talked about
yeah.
childish ways to deal with intercourse. And
Mm,
our men have been socialized to trivialize sex. And us
Oh, yes.
as women, we use sex to manipulate, to love me, give me attention. And it's fleeting, you know, you feel like
And that's childish.
it's childish, right?
Mm.
That's what we've been doing. I got a lot of great announcements. That's the one announcement. So the author of that book is coming on. He's got some deep stuff. So
And I gotta chime in. I gotta chime in too. I just heard
okay,
something
wait,
good.
to know what's going on, the goings on here. If this resonates with you, text the word love to 87948. If it doesn't, I still welcome you here. Go ahead, LaShelle. Respond to what I just said.
Man, listen, there's so many things, but one of the things that really stood out, because when we talk about trauma, when you talk about childhood trauma, like that's something that comes up every single session. It's something that comes up so often. And this morning I had one of those things where a lot of times you think about it, like, did you have a lot of trauma? Everybody has something. So sometimes it's like you may have had the rocky relationship with parents. You may have had issues with siblings, teachers, friends at school and things like that. But I had a lady this morning who was saying, hey, I don't have a rocky, terrible childhood. I had great parents who did their best. My dad was out providing. My mother was at home. But even in doing your very best, there's problems, right? Even in doing your best. So mom has anxiety. How does that impact the children? My sister was mad or jealous about something. How does that impact sibling rivalry? How does anxiety, depression, mental health issues, how does that affect poverty? How does that affect? So if dad is always working, trying to provide, and he's not there, mom is at home trying to care for the kids. She's exhausted, overexerting herself. And then next thing you know, the kid needs to step up and ask for something, and mom is snapping.
Yeah.
Now, how is that impacting the child? And then here we are in our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, and I'm scared to speak up, and I'm scared to vocalize, and I'm people pleasing because mom is upset and dad, I need his attention. And so that's how that stuff shows up. And when someone raises their voice, what do? When someone is asking you to be vulnerable, what are you doing to shield and protect? You know what I'm saying? And so that's how, because some people think, no, I'm mature and I'm grown and I'm emotionally, until you go back into that default. What happens when them things start to feel, you start to get in those feelings, you start to feel the feels, and then you kind of adjust yourself and fall back into those old childish ways. Not childish in a negative way, just as a child.
Yes.
This is who you were as a child, and that's how you were learning how to cope and deal as a child. So yeah, I thought that was really good. Is you don't have to have the most terrible, oh, my father didn't beat me and my mother didn't curse me out, but still it's like, oh, you got some trauma. We all do.
Yeah, and there's nothing like, you mentioned parenting. There's nothing like anxiety with parenting. It goes one of two ways. Either it's just inconsistent. You don't know if there'll be periods of time where your parent is right there in tune with you, and then there's periods of time where your parent is just not present the way they should, and so you can't predict your surrounding. That causes environment.
That causes
anxiety.
Stress. Yeah.
And then the second way is when you have an overbearing parent, and bingo, I can be overbearing. So I tell my kids, like, just let me know when I'm doing too much.
Right.
Am I doing too much? Because this overbearing is hard, because you have to let go, and you have to trust your parenting skills. And I don't know, these kids, they be doing stuff, and I'm like,
we're all learning. Yeah, we're all out here learning. And that's the thing that's so interesting, where this is this kid's first time being a kid. This is like, I'm learning they're learning about being a teenager. They're learning how to navigate things. But guess what? This is the first, even if it's more than one child, first time parenting 2 teenagers, first time parenting toddlers, like it's all a first for you as well. And even if you've done childhood, you've done one kid, the other kid has a brand new personality.
Whole different thing.
You know what I mean? And they have whole different asks, and they're impacted differently. The first kid loved when I did this. The second kid thinks I'm being mean. You know what I mean? So we're all figuring it out. We're all on this journey, and everybody's not going to be happy all the time. You know what I mean?
I guess for most of the time, we got to get it right. So, and that's
doing our best.
It's
doing our best.
The imperfect, there is no perfect childhood.
Yes.
Nobody is ever going to be. Actually, if there was a perfect childhood, children would never leave home. They would always be.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's something that I noticed the other day, and this was something that I thought was so profound. It came up in a session, And it wasn't my thought, but it was like one of those things where it was like, you know, all the parents are having problems with the kids and the kids are having problems with the parents. The economy is such where typically teenage years where they're pushing and shoving and trying to find push, shove, trying to find independence. And then they find independence and they leave the coop and they never come back. Well, now they push, they tug, they try to find independence. And then the money is so funny out there that they come back home. Now we're really having conflict because you're back home. 20 years ago, you wouldn't have come back home. You would have been, I don't have to listen to my mom anymore. I don't have to listen to my dad anymore. Their opinion doesn't matter. Well, your opinion matters if you're under my roof.
And it's like, how do you develop an identity as your own person, deciding, okay, I'm going to cherry pick what I want from my parents, and then I'm going to go out and do myself. So it is a very dynamic situation.
Yes.
You have to, of course, set rules are there in your house.
Absolutely.
But also give them the freedom to encourage them to go and to launch. You can launch at home, but that has a negotiation piece.
Yes.
And with the economy the way it is, I can totally see how it becomes dynamic. So these are the things that we talk about, and these are the things I definitely want to talk about today. LaShelle, with you, I want to get into your Reiki. Here's the agenda for today. I want to talk to you all about something exciting coming up. I want to talk to you all about, I want LaShelle to be able to talk about this Reiki healing, because y'all just don't know. The Reiki's where it's at. My husband got a reading and he felt good. He was like, wow, you know, and I got to set up another one with him. And then we're going to talk to you guys. How y'all doing? Who's in here? Hey, BMG. And is this Butsy? Babsy Lindo? How you doing, Babsy? Babsy says, thank you, ladies, so much. I got to give thanks and praise to the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Hallelujah. Absolutely. That's awesome. So just welcome everybody for today. And I want to show you guys, this is exclusive information. I'm going to put this in the chat. I want you guys to come to my special webinar. It is next week. I put it in the chat. There's the link. Let me pull it up so that y'all can see it. Let's see. There it is. So I want you guys to go to About Me. Here's the website. It's down here under my tag name. We're going to have a free webinar, not this Thursday, but next Thursday on the 17th. It's totally free to you. I'd like for you to come and sign up. And let's see, you scroll down and then you put your name, email, put your information in, and then you'll get a special invitation to come to this free webinar. It is 45 minutes, and we are going to talk to you about, number one, what is your trauma score? What are some of the experiences that you've had as a child growing up before the age of 18? What does that look like and how to interpret it? So that's what you'll leave here with. I'm also going to talk to you about how never to experience stress again. Stress is not a normal thing in people's life. We are not built to be stressed out. We are built to live in peace. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And it's a choice.
Yeah. And what'd you say?
It's a choice. Stress is a choice.
It's a choice. So we're going to show you next Thursday how to make it. So that you can figure out ways to choose not to live in stress. So you'll take all of those strategies with you to maintain your peace. And there's a lot of myths about stress. People don't understand. People think one way and another way about stress. But we want to definitely dig into and talk to you about things that stress you out and figuring out what it's reminiscent of. So that's what you will get and take with you next week. And then we'll talk to you about my Healing Haven program. And we've had people come through the program. This is our third cycle working with LaShelle on this. So don't forget, the link is in the chat. The website is here. And then go here and be sure to sign up, put your name in there, and you'll get information from me. And then you'll also get the 10-question trauma test. You can take that score with you to the webinar. And I think it'll be an awesome way for for you all to live your life never experiencing stress and knowing that it's possible. And so 2 ways that you can contact me and meet with me is next Thursday. And also we're going to be at the ABNC, All Black National Convention here in Chicago. I'm very excited about that. You'll be able to do that. And with that, you'll be able to meet us. You'll be able to meet LaShelle. She's going to be joining me. We're going to be hanging out and stuff and circulating. And you'll also be able to talk to me individually about the Healing Haven program. So that's what's going on next week. We started on next Thursday. So I'm very excited about that.
That'll be good. That'll be amazing. So yeah, we got a panel where we're going to be speaking. We have a breakout session. Yes. We have the Healing Haven retreat. When you sign up for the VIP Healing Haven retreat, everybody's going to get a session, a one-on-one session with me. You guys get to work with Dr. Alicia. Like there's so many, there's so many ways to connect. There's so many ways to work on your self-care, to be on your healing journey. And I got to throw it out there. So I know I have Facebook on here. I have my Instagram on here, but you can sign up for one-on-ones as well at LaShelleDiane.com. You can sign up at calendly.com/LaShelleDiane. When we talk about Reiki, when we talk about healing, like energy healing, talk about readings, it's a flow to get you better. It's a modality that is a little alternative. It's a little different. Like it's not all it's not what you may expect it to be. And so when we talk about clearing the energy, when you think about how do you feel when you're depressed? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get in these spaces and it's hard to find your way out. How do you feel when you have anxiety and it's chronic? Like it's chronic. It's that level where I feel like I'm waking up that way. I feel like I'm going to sleep that way. It's affecting my diet. It's affecting my relationships. It's affecting my sleep. It's just affecting my job, my relationships. And so thinking about those things that are really hard to put down and get rid of, a session with me is very helpful because we get in there on a metaphysical level. We get down to the emotions. We get down to the mentality. We get down to the behaviors that are, getting stuck, that stuck energy. And it's funny, I had a session over the weekend. I was just in Galveston for a show over the weekend. And sometimes people come to me and they're in a rut and their head is down and their shoulders are curved all forward. And then they walk away and they're grinning, they're smiling and they're happy and they're joyful and they're confident, shoulders back, feeling good. So, it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful experience, but I'm looking forward to the folks that are signing up for us to share that experience and looking for lifelong change, not a temporary fix, a lifelong change.
It really is, because with it comes 6 months, 24 weeks of ingraining it. And it is so funny because just before we went live, we were talking about doing our own little spiritual retreats ourselves. And the beauty of it is that they have integration sessions now. I meant to tell you about that, where you can go and you could integrate, because it's one thing to have a beautiful experience and then you walk away and you go back to your old ways. The real work is long-lasting experiences. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is what LaShelle is talking about, is ancient Black science. Just got back from Egypt. All this metaphysical stuff that you're talking about, it is 5,000, at least 5,000 years old.
Absolutely.
Ancient, all over the walls. From 5,000 years, the colors are still there. Vibrant colors, the statues, everything is there. They have left behind the keys to living your life as goddess and goddesses that you are. It really is there. You can't deny it. Like, I'm telling you this, but you don't really understand, and it can't be incorporated until you actually go there and you can feel it. It is our ancient science, and what a treat for us to reconnect with who and what we were before the white people came and stole us.
And the thing is we think it's not us. We think it's not us. We think it's hippie, or we think it's trendy, or we think it's a cult, or it's so different. This is true metaphysical science. When you look on I'm going to send it to you. Oh, matter of fact, calendly.com/LaShelleDiane. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. What's interesting is when you look at it, they're doing yoga poses in Kemet, in Egypt, on the pyramid walls, and we think that this is someone else's culture, or we think that this thing belongs to someone else. And so when you think about the metaphysical, the energy clearing, we think that we're just this body that we exist in. The body's a shell, it's a container. You got a soul, you got a spirit. Like, you know how they do those little night vision goggles, and you see all this energy booming and beaming outside of the container. That's the energy that you hold within. And sometimes you're just living life and it gets stagnant. You're just living day by day and it gets stagnant, it gets stuck, it gets very uncomfortable. And you have to find your way out. You have to find some help and some support sometimes. And sometimes you can. Sometimes it's like, you know what? I didn't eat today. That's all I needed. I need a little shot of coffee and I would be better. But sometimes this stuff has lingered for such a long time. Sometimes these habits and behaviors, because how often are we aware that we're moving in a childlike state? You know, how often are we aware that, oh my gosh, when I was acting out of hurt from when I was a teenager, or when my mom treated me this way or that way. A lot of times we're not really aware. We're just acting. It's a reactive type of, carnal, very much like, your old self. And you're not aware of those triggers and how they hit you. But then as you start to learn and grow, and so that's why self-care, the healing, it's a journey. It's a journey. It's not an automatic quick fix. We're talking about a journey that takes time. And so I learned my ways and I learned my patterns, and then I'm practicing changing them and getting better and improving my confidence. And you know what I'm saying? And so as you start to shed those layers, because that's what we do in those sessions. We're shedding layers. We're peeling back the layers of the onion. I want to get to your strong, brilliant, powerful self. I don't want you walking around with your head down and feeling like a victim.
Walk around with our head down.
No.
What do we have to do? And God, to connect it to Egypt, every single, listen, you talk about redundancy. Every single drawing was the same.
Really?
How to get off this earth and be and elevate to a godlike form. How to get off this earth and elevate to a godlike form.
Okay.
Third dimension, this ain't nothing. That's
really?
Everything was about. And the beauty of how to do it was they really believed that the heart was the center of everything. Your brain was not the thinking part. It is your heart that thinks. And
that's good.
They said on there, Anubis. There's this wonderful, I wish I could pull it up, but there's this beautiful painting on every single one of those walls of Anubis, and he's weighing a heart.
I know
feather.
I know that one.
Has to be as light as a feather in order to transcend to a godlike state. And
I love that.
It's going to be light as a feather when you're walking around with these negative thought forms.
I love that. I love that.
You never can transcend. You can't.
That's beautiful.
And those cave drawings, they didn't. I'm sure there was a lot of political things happening, a lot of money.
Yeah.
They did not write it on those walls. What was on those walls was how to get to heaven and never come back.
And that's it. How to transcend. I love that.
Your heart has to be as light as a feather. And if
that's beautiful.
You do, and that's why I love what you do, LaShelle, because you speed up this process. Because I work with clients. They pay in session after session after session. You don't need to pay for so many sessions with me.
Yeah.
Then you work with LaShelle because she gets you going and sits you in the right direction. And for me, it just makes it easier.
It is. It's really powerful.
People, and I'm like, did you book your session? Because they pay for the session for LaShelle.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you book your session with LaShelle? No, I said, book the session with her and then come back to me. Because
it makes such a difference.
It makes a big difference. Your heart has to be as light as a feather because Anubis is watching. That is the jackal. That's the dog.
I love that you're saying that. I love that you're saying that right now. So I had an energy clearing session this weekend, which was really powerful. But I was working with a Reiki practitioner who was kind of struggling through some things because, healers need healers sometimes. You're carrying all this weight. And it was so awesome because she's so sensitive. She could feel. Now, I'm going to tell you, I do this. It's called psychic surgery. Long story, keep it short, right? Went into her heart chakra, did all this cleansing, all this pulling. When I tell you she felt it, Dr. Alicia, she sat her chest up in the air, tilted her head back, and she said, fill me up, fill me up, fill me up. And when she came to me, again, head down, struggling, depression, anxiety, stress. She's like, I'm having such a hard time. She walked away like, okay, I'm ready to conquer the world. I'm ready to like go forward and live my life. And so sometimes the severe mental health stuff, when we're talking about schizophrenia, when we're talking about bipolar disorder, we're talking about some things that may be extremely heavy and hard to get to the, to really get into the center of it. Sometimes you got to pull some of those layers back because you're buried. You're really buried and you're so far gone that sometimes I have no idea how I got here. I have no idea how to find my way out of here. And sometimes it may be even out of your grasp. Maybe it's a little too far for you to reach. And so I remember, I forgot what it was. Oh, there was there's an intuition too, right? There's a gift. I'm a seer. I can see. So I had a lady who came to me in tears that I saw apparently close to a year ago, and she had issues with her daughter, right? She had some serious issues. She's older, like her daughter's in her 30s, mid 30s. And I was able to pinpoint some things, but she came to me and said, I'm so grateful. You changed the dynamic of my family. You changed my relationship with my daughter. Like, because sometimes you can be a good parent, but you can be a way better grandparent. We're older, you're way more mature. And so the daughter had some, a little resentment and things like that. But she's like, you gave me some insight, and there's things that you should not have known. Nobody told you. I wasn't aware of. And you pointed out some things that really changed some, you know what I'm saying? Changed up my relationship with my family. And so for that reason, it's like sometimes you need to go a little deeper, a little higher. And it's awesome. So I love that we're working together. I love that we're doing this together. I love it.
Yeah, that is so cool. So, hey, everybody, how's everybody doing? We got more people in here. I want to remind everybody, text love to 87948. You'll get information on when I go live. I schedule it. Sometimes it ain't working out. I'm a busy mama, but we can go live on. I do the Healing Haven book club that came out of working with people and clearing away all of the past painful memories so that they could live peacefully and incorporate it into their life. I've done that. And out of that came this book club, because we've been talking about how do we keep these conversations going so that we can integrate everything that we have, that we've learned, into our life. And I just love what you're saying about the healers, all of the work that we do to catch and to hold, building a holding space for people, so that they can release everything. But there are things that I do to try to cleanse myself, especially after a long day of sessions and stuff. But I think it's so great for the healers to go and to clear. We can spend some time clearing ourselves away. And that lets us know that we're doing the right work, because it takes a lot of energy to help heal Black people. I mean, Black people as a whole have just been through so much. It's amazing that we've created all that we've created already. It really is. So that's when you know you're doing it right. Go ahead.
Think about what you said. Like, if you're a healer, if you're a reader, whatever, like in this avenue where you're helping people, you're a light worker and you're helping people. If you come over heavy and I walk away heavy, there was a transference of energy, right? There was a transference. If I'm heavy at the end of it, you lighter at the end of it. And so at the end of the day, it's like energy is not created or destroyed. It's just moves from one place to another. And so that means that, like, somebody had to take that brunt. Somebody had to take it. And so at some point, you got to let it go. You have to release it. And so healers need healers. Healers need a space. And sometimes it could be because I had somebody on who was like, you're the caregiver for the family. You know what I'm saying? You may be the mother hen for your friendship group. You know what I'm saying? You may be the one that's loving on, your children, your adult children. And it becomes heavy. You're the savior in the group. And it doesn't have to be that's your profession. Can be, but it doesn't have to be. And so for that reason, you need an outlet. You need a way to let that thing go. And so that's why you book with Dr. Alicia. That's why you come book with me. You get your one-on-ones and you sign up for the Healing Haven. You sign up for the free webinar. You sign up for these retreats that we have coming up.
I know Oh, in-person retreats. Oh my
Yeah,
God, LaShelle, we got to go to Costa Rica.
we're going to Costa Rica.
Girl,
We're
I've found
going.
some places
We're
in Costa
going to
Rica
Costa
that
Rica. So
are,
who's coming to see us in Costa Rica? Because we're going next year,
I can,
2025.
what?
Hello.
Hello. We got
Okay.
it. I got Costa Rica. I got a few, I'm working with some, we will talk. Costa
We're
Rica
gonna talk.
is
We're gonna talk
just
about Costa
looking
Rica.
at the
Oh,
pictures in the jungle. It just,
oh yeah.
the
We got
people.
Costa Rica, but don't forget Chicago. We got Chicago at the end of the month. And I'm so excited that some of my clients are going to be there at the end of the month to join us at the ABNC convention, All Black National Convention, coming up at the last weekend in
Yes.
Chicago, Chi-Town. Excited about that.
Yeah. So the emails haven't come out yet. We have not sent the emails out yet. So this is limited space. So I really encourage everybody to go to the website here below and sign up for my free webinar on changing your pain into peace. It is October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this platform. And put your information in, and I'll get in contact with you. You can read the reviews from everybody with the past two. I've done 2 cycles. This will be cycle 3. It's only for VIPs. And with that, next on the 17th, we're going to show you you're going to find out your trauma score. You're going to learn what the trauma score means. What does it mean to your physical health, your mental health, psychological health? How is it your trauma score from what happened between 18 and younger, how it impacts you and your relationships today? And then we're going to give you strategies on how you can live peacefully, because living in stress is not what we're made to do. Okay, we're made to be stress free, and it is possible to be stress free, to release yourself from past painful memories. We are going to give you strategies, and we're going to talk about the myths, because people think stress and relieving stress, there's a lot of weird things that people think about. So we're going to cut through that. It's evidence-based practice. That's how I'm become licensed. So I do encourage you to go to About Me, coachingwithdralicia.com, the website, and the link is in the chat. Come here and fill this out, register for the webinar. There's limited spaces. The emails haven't even come out yet about this, so you would be like at the cutting edge. This is kind of like, I think this is something special for everybody that tunes into Mental Health Monday. This is my idea, the Mental Health Monday. So I'm making it available to you guys. And I think it's pretty awesome. But I want to finish up and just talk to you, LaShelle, about anything you want to talk to us about, just the process of the 30-minute Reiki sessions and what people would expect to get out of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So with the sessions, it's a really amazing experience. It's really for the client, easy. We hop on video chat. We're going to hop on video chat and I'm going to tap in. All I need is your name. So it's very different from a therapy session, a traditional therapy session. With me, you don't need to know what's wrong. You don't need to tell me what's wrong. I'm going to tap in and I'm going to feel you. So I'm an empath. I feel it's just an automatic thing that happens with me. So I'm going to tap in and I'm going to feel, and there's guidance received. And so I'm going to sit and kind of listen to your spirit. I'm going to sit and I'm going to listen. And so it's really awesome. What's amazing for a first timer is they're like, oh my gosh, you're right. Oh my gosh, that's so, oh, you're dead on, you're on point. Oh, real deal. Like, those are the words that I always hear. Like, how did you know? Are you at my house? Do you know my husband? Like, how did you know? And so I'm offering you guidance. I'm offering you solutions, step-by-step solutions, protocols, help on what can I do to get from here to there. And so from here to there may be job related, it can be relationship related, it can be personal, it can be health, familial, like all kind of different things that are coming up. And then we get into the energy. And so you may feel tingles in your body. You may feel heat. You may feel waves throughout your body, but I'm just sitting and I'm talking to you and I'm moving and shifting energy. Some people say, well, wait, I'm a Christian. I grew up in a church too. It's okay. There's
Uh-huh.
nothing wrong. There's no religious issue here. It's a scientific thing that's happening. This is it's energy moving and flowing. And so with that, the energy is moving, the energy is flowing, and you just feel better. I'm taking away heaviness. I'm taking away lack. I'm taking away fear and transgression. It's just all this heaviness that we walk around with every day. And so you think about stress. Yes, things happen to us all. They happen to you all, but then you want to get into the state where I'm the lighthouse. I'm the lighthouse. It doesn't matter about the waves crashing. It doesn't matter about the ship crashing. I am standing on my square. I'm feeling positive. And it's funny. I had a thing where I was just thinking about, like, I'm feeling so up, right? And there was a lady in the parking lot as I was going to do my show. And I've set my intention for the day. I'm in a peaceful state of mind. I'm ready to go heal some people. I'm ready to go help some people. I'm ready to go clear some energy. I'm about to tell these people all their business. And then a lady in the parking lot started yelling and screaming. And hopped out her car, started yelling, screaming, cussing. And now, mind you, I have a past. Like, I'm not a weak individual. I know how to, I got some words. Like, I can say some things. But you know what I said? As she's jumping out her car, screaming and cursing at the top of her lungs, because it can stress is a choice. How do I look at a situation? How do I handle a situation? You know that you're walking in power when you can say to a person who's at full-blown Karen mode, oh, well, aren't you a ray of sunshine? Have a beautiful day, sweetie. Have a beautiful day. Go on and be great. You know what I mean? And not a shift in my energy, I shouldn't know. Literally, like, no, really, you should have a better day. Really.
Yeah, because your locus of control has to be from within. You decide how your day is going to be. Don't let your mood be altered by things, especially situations that you don't even know. Like, I don't want to hear about no grandma in Idaho somewhere getting hit by a bus or something. Like, nobody wants to hear about
Oh my gosh, it's not my business.
But I'm not going to change my Facebook status mood based on it. Like, it's not going to manipulate me. And it's so interesting because that's why we overspend, right?
Yes.
Because we live in an entire economy that manipulates you based on your emotions. And they want you to feel like there's a lack thereof. You don't quite have it, and happiness is attached to give me your money and buy me this product.
Yes, you're so sad. You're so sad. You're a victim. You're miserable, and you're so distracted with everybody's stuff. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Ain't got nothing to do. Because somebody was like, "Well, you don't watch the news." Never, ever do I watch it. Well, how are you gonna know who to vote for? You think I don't know who to vote for?
Come on, it's obvious.
Right. Do you think I don't know who to vote? Do you think I don't know who the candidates are and what their platforms are? Do you think, well, what about? Do you think I don't know that there are people that are doing very bad things in my city? I know. Do you think I don't know that there are hurricanes hitting the coast? I know that too. Do you think I'm not aware of the strikes I'm aware of all the things that I need to be aware of. What I don't need to know is the fear and the taunt. It's almost like someone just taunting you, trying to make you miserable. My day is what I choose it. Like, it goes as I choose it. Like, I'm making a decision in the morning when I wake up and I'm laying in the bed and I'm praying and I'm meditating and I'm setting my intention. That intention does not change when somebody else comes to try to knock me off my square. I'm not budging. I'm not moving. And
God, what you're saying is so beautiful, because that's the whole point of it all, is living your life with intentionality. How do you want to live your life?
Absolutely.
And if you are constantly in a childlike state because something happens and it triggers you and you regress, you act and do things that is opposite of in your integrity that you know you want to do. And it's so funny because that's the very first thing we talk about in the Healing Haven retreat, is setting up your own manifesto. How you know you want your life to be, and realizing what is it that's going to throw you off. That's going to throw you off, and be prepared for that.
That girl, I just got done saying,
I know I'm going to do this. Yes.
I just got done saying it. Find your weak spots. You have to know your weak spots in advance, set your intention, and make a decision. Because guess what? Most of these people that you out here bent out of shape about, either they don't know you, or they don't care, They're not interested in the failure. You know what I'm saying? Or are they even worthy of all of this energy you're giving them? Because you know what? I'm not giving anybody my peace.
That's right.
In exchange for anger? You think I'm going to give up this peace in exchange for anger? Anger is not valuable enough for me to give up my peace. This peace means everything to me. I cultivated this. I
Yes.
worked hard at this. Like, this came through blood, sweat, tears, suffering, trials, and tribulations. You think I'm going to give up this peace? As valuable and as important as no, you can't, no, you can't have it. It means too much to me.
That's so awesome, because another thing, before we close out, another thing that I think that I challenge people on with the Healing Haven is, can you ask for help?
Oh my gosh.
So
yes.
many people think that they think that their life is supposed to be helping others.
Oh my gosh.
But they never ask for help. So
Ever.
It's funny, one of the things that I challenged people on in Healing Haven is, by next week, we're going to meet next week, ask somebody for help and write down how you felt. And we strategize about who is it going to be. So it has to be low-hanging fruit. They're like, I do everything for everybody. That's a trauma response, right?
Yes.
And I said, ask somebody for help. And then we process what that feels like. And it is so foreign, because how are you going to live a life of peace that's possible if you're doing everything by yourself? You're already creating chaos for yourself.
And you're creating the chaos. And you know what? I just talked about that in my class. I do my ascension classes, which you can find at LaShelleDiane.com. The ascension class, I just finished one, and we talked about that thing where you're the helper of amongst the family and the friends and everybody else. Some of that is people pleasing, and some of that is ego, right? Yes. Because the thing is like, my identity is tied up into me helping people. And why can't LaShelle just be funny and fun, and now you just enjoy my company? Why I got to be fixing you? Why I got to be helping you with everything? But if you really think about it, am I really being helpful to a person? Like, it's one thing if you need it, like, oh my gosh, like the lights are about to get cut off. Oh my gosh, it's an emergency. But sometimes I can just say, oh, she's chosen another mean, terrible, cheating boyfriend, and she's crying her eyes out. And so let's sit and talk about it in circles for another 3-4 days. And then she's going to go back to him. And then we fight, and then we go back to, and I got to save her. And oh my God, how does she learn it on her own? How does she figure it out? So am I enabling? Am I helping? Or am I making it worse? And then the other part is, do I have enough love and faith in her ability to get her way out of her mess that she got herself into? Because I have faith and I love the people that I have around. And I believe sometimes we're choosing a mess because we know somebody will rescue. It's almost like, oh, look, I'm falling. Help me. Fall your butt on that floor. I bet you get up. I bet you get up. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to lay on the floor too long. You have to have the wherewithal to pick yourself up. And I trust you and I love you. And I'm going to be here to encourage you. Yeah. But I'm not going to keep pulling you out of that hole that you insist on falling into. You know what I'm saying?
That, and it's not even just us that wants us to pick ourselves up. Our ancestors want us to pick ourselves up. Our spirit guides want us to pick ourselves up. Every time I go on that spiritual retreat, all I see is ancestors clapping. You can do it. You can do it. Go.
You got it. You got it. Yes, you got it. You wouldn't believe, I've been in a situation where I've been guided. Stop helping because you're messing up the lesson. Oh, sometimes the struggle is the lesson, and you're interfering. You're making their happy place, them getting to the peak and the high point of the mountain. They can't find their way there because you keep interrupting their lesson. You keep coming to save them, and they can't stand up. You think about a baby that gets packed up. I pick it up every time it cries. Are they gonna crawl? Are they gonna walk? They ain't never gonna crawl. They ain't never, because that poor child didn't walk till she was 3 years old because everybody had her on their hip. No, let that baby walk. Let them gain that muscle. Let them gain that strength and that frustration. Sometimes it has to be a little frustration attached to it, but I trust that you can stand up on your own. I believe in you, and I know that you can do it without my help, because it is an ego boost when everybody calling me, oh, I need help, LaShelle, please. But sometimes I even have to tell my clients, I love to see you. I'm here to support you. But girl, I just saw you last week. Girl, I just saw you a couple days ago. Because now if I got a book, you booked me on Monday and Friday. Girl, stop. You can do this. You can do this. You don't need my help with that one. That was a smaller, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's really just getting to that point where I'm here to support you, but I'm not here to be a crutch. I'm not here to be a crutch. Your legs ain't broke. And life can be challenging now. Life can be challenging, but it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be a miserable experience. And trust me, my life is far from perfect. It's far from perfect. But oh, I'm so happy. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. People can be like, how are you so happy? You just had a breakup. Girl, I'm thankful for whatever I just got rescued from, saved from, something better's coming into my life. You lost a job. Oh, I wonder what's next. Is there an entrepreneurial journey coming up, or there's a better opportunity? Whatever door closes to face.
You have to know and believe something better is. And it's funny because what you think is stressful, really on the other end of it is just a better opportunity for you.
Better.
And
every time.
Be scared. Just know that, and I hate to be fatalistic about this, but I think that we could learn a lot from Native American culture. Yeah. They say it's all going to fall along the way it's supposed to be. Stop worrying about stuff that you can't change anyway. You can't change it no way. You can't do anything about it. And so we do. And God, American culture is all about, individualism and pick yourself up by your bootstraps and take control of things and work till you die. All of this thing. But really, if we were to sit back and know and believe that everything is working out for us, sometimes things will just fall into your lap.
Always.
Unbelievable.
Always. I got that faith thing that it's like, and the thing, now this is a thing where this morning, one of my sessions, I know we got to wrap up, but this morning I had a session was like, I can't make a decision because I got that, I'm freaked out. What if I mess up? If you make the right decision, you will get pushed forward and you'll have all the good feels, right? If you're going the wrong direction, everything will start to mess up and oh, that wasn't right. Let me hurry up and make a U-turn and go in the other direction. But when I'm going to sit in my car all day, and just stuck at the stop sign, and I don't know left or right, and you an hour later you still there, 2 hours like that's what people do in life. Is I'm so scared to choose.
They don't choose anything, and they end up choosing the status quo. And really, just if you have choices that you need to make, write it down on a piece of paper, put it in a hat, pluck one of them out, and
pick one.
Because you can't make the wrong choice.
Pick one. I'm gonna tell you now. I can be extreme with it. I lived in Minnesota. I lived in Minneapolis for 3 years, and I decided when I was like, you know what? I ain't doing these winters. I ain't doing these winters no more. It's cold. I don't like it. I'm never doing a winter in Minnesota again. I love Minnesota, but I'm never gonna do a winter in Minnesota again. I promise. I had this giant world map on my wall with pins on it and all the places I visited and everything else. I had a whole thing. I promise you. I closed my eyes. I said, I promised, my words were, I want it to be warm weather and I want Black people there. That's all I said. That's all I said. I want warm people. I wanted warm and I want Black people there. That's all I said. I closed my eyes. I did this. And I said, whatever finger I land, like wherever I land, that's where I'm moving to. My finger landed on Houston. I booked a trip, and I'm like, if I don't like it, I'll move back. If I don't like it, I'll go somewhere else. What's the worst that's going to happen? If I get at least for 6 months, get at least for a year, I can change my mind. You can always change your mind.
Always change your mind. And you can pick up lessons along the way.
You're going to learn a lesson along the way. I loved it. I loved it. Just moved to Dallas. Loved it. Love it here. I'm going to stay. I like it. I made a good choice. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to stick around.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody. I want to thank everybody for being with us. I do want to talk to everybody about exclusivity of the Healing Haven. It's the webinar. It's on the 17th. I'd like for you guys to come. It's less than an hour of your time. I want you to sign up for it. Go to the website below. Here's the website. It's in the link is in the chat.
Can you tell us the website out loud too for the people on Instagram?
It's aboutme.coachingwithdralicia.com. It's right
about me
at my website. And we're going to talk about how you're going to get your trauma score. You're going to understand what it means. You're going to understand how it connects, your mind, body, spirit connects. You're going to understand how not to experience stress ever again. And we'll give you strategies for that. And there's all sorts of misconceptions about stress that we will blow away. And if you go down here, you put your full name, your email, all of this information, you'll get an update. You'll get a special invitation to the webinar. It is on the 17th. It is a week from now, not this week Thursday, but next week Thursday night, that's what we're going to be doing. And I just welcome you all to come. I want to thank LaShelle for coming in here today. She is master. She's the master Reiki healer. She knows all about healing. She helps tremendously with my clients to help clear away a lot of things so that we can get down to work and integrate all of the great experiences on how never to experience stress again. It is possible for you. LaShelle, last words. And again, let everybody know how they want to reach out to you.
Absolutely. Thank you for everyone who came in, everyone who chimed in, everyone who is interested in signing up. We have coaching at dralicia.com. Go to About Me. Was it About Me?
Uh-huh.
About Me. Coaching at dralicia.com. You can find me at LaShelleDiane.com, LaShelleDiane.com. You can book me at Calendly.com/blissful therapy. I'm blissful therapy on everything, LaShelle Diane on everything. But we are doing healing sessions. We are doing intuitive guidance sessions. We are doing therapy sessions. We have healing retreats coming up. We're going to be meeting up in Chicago. For anyone in Chicago,
Yes.
We're going to be there at the end of the month, the 25th through the 27th. Right? 25th through the 27th, we'll be at the All Black National Convention. We have Dr. Alicia. We're going to be on the 17th. We're going to be meeting on Monday. There's so many opportunities to meet up, connect, but you can always DM. You can always, if you got more questions, DM, click links in bio and come find us and stay in touch. Stay in touch.
Our booth. We'll have a booth there.
We'll have a booth. I'm excited to see
y'all. My booth. I got my booth set up. It'll be somewhere next to Boyce's booth.
I'm gonna be next to you, so we'll all gonna be together.
So we'll be together.
Yeah, we'll be together.
I have workbooks and everything for people that I think is very helpful. It's done a really good job. And share this link to people. Like hit the like button. Share today's video with people who you know could benefit from this. Couples, y'all want to get into some healing space.
Oh yeah.
Family life, stress-free family life. Can you imagine a child growing up in a household where everybody loves each other and they're not fighting and bickering and acting childish?
Right. We all got to be grown. We all got to be mature. Be your real age.
We really do. And as a people, as a group of people, we need to do some growth. And we need to get back to who we are originally.
Oh, yeah.
Get back to our own science. And that's what I love about it. Getting back to our own science that have been torn from us.
Stolen legacy. Yes. Because we're so brilliant. We're such a brilliant people. That's the part where we get stuck believing the media. We believe these stories about ourselves and we fall for. Now they're going to find the worst of us and put us on TV and show it to us, making us think that's who we are. We have the most intellectual, beautiful, brilliant, talented skill. Because who are they copying?
Yes.
Who are they copying? Who are they imitating? You got to take notice. They know who you are. Do you know who you are?
It's crazy. We're what? 13% of the population? And we're the most interesting percent of the population?
Amazing. And everybody knows it.
If we knew about ourselves what everybody else knows about us.
Yes. Girl, and let's talk about it. And let's just put tooting a little sharp. Let's niche it a little tighter. Who doesn't imitate the Black woman? Who does not copy the origin of all existence? Who's not trying to copy? I don't care who it is. You watch Saturday Night Live, you watch comedy, you watch TikTok, you watch Facebook, you watch Instagram. Everybody's snapping, twisting, dancing. Like, I want to be an athlete like this one. I want to be a scientist like that one. I want to win like that. Stealing. I mean, we can take it all the way down to the DNA of Henrietta Lacks. They're all imitating. They're all pretending.
If I could be like Mike, that song was popular for a reason.
Right. All of them. Everybody's trying to be us. And so it's just a matter of stepping into your brilliance. Remember who you are. Take off all of those layers and all that other stuff and stop falling for the okie doke. And let's remember who we are. Let's get back to our excellence.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to be talking about at what? The All Black National Convention. Hello.
Oh my God.
Hello. Oh, wait. I didn't even realize the pen that I'm writing with is from the All Black National. I didn't realize it.
That is, there you go.
Point confirmation. Hello. Yes. Cal said, she said, we got to reach the kids. They are the future. Yes, exactly.
That is so great.
Beautiful.
So, text the word love to 87948. Follow me on Instagram. That's the gram.
Yes.
And go to coachingwithdralicia.com if you want to work
Yes.
with me individually, couples, families, all of that. Thank you all for joining. We appreciate it. I'll see you next Monday, y'all.
I see you.
What
I
are we
see y'all.
talking about? We're talking about relationships, breaking up, how to
Oh,
break up with somebody. We're gonna
the
talk
right
about
way.
that next week.
The right way.
I'm
There's a
excited
right way to
about it.
do it.
So anyway, goodbye, everybody. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.